Pixels Pulse, 100% practical session that is designed for creative professionals to upskill their design skills and become better in their craft, especially in 2026. My name is Demola Adeogun, and I have my amazing co-host here.
Hi, Mr. Demola, good evening. My name is Bello Olamiji here, and you're welcome to Pixels Pulse.
All right, really one Olamiji, it's good to have you here. I think my mic was a bit far away. Let me bring it a little bit closer.
Okay.
All right,
Let me adjust mine also.
All right, it's good to have you here. So Olamiji, this is
Yes.
2026. And before we started this session, there was something that we're discussing while we're preparing for this, where you spoke about the fact that in Pixels Pulse this year, some of the things we should be expecting, especially that you would like to share with designers that are going to be watching our various stream. So can you just discuss and share more with everybody?
So actually, yeah, thank you very much for that. So based on our discussion earlier, I said that Pixels Pulse this year is not just about designing with aesthetics, but I'm trying to actually solve a problem, which is what design is all about, like solving communication problem. And the one we're doing today is actually an interesting kind of creative that aligns more with someone's personality and also how it can influence a brand or a product. So that's what we'll be doing today. So we're using design to what's it called to advance that to amplify that very well. So that's what we'll be doing today.
All right, that's going to be amazing. Well, I think today's design is going to be a little bit controversial because you shared a clips of the design to me personally. And for football fans here, Mr. Olamiji is going to be causing some trouble.
Okay.
So if you're a football fan here, I apologize on behalf of Pixels Pulse. This is all Mr. Olamiji is doing. It has to do with who is the GOAT in football. And we're going to be doing a design when it comes to that.
Basically,
this is
I support the other person though, but actually, okay, no problems.
All right, guys. So I know a lot of you cannot wait. We have designers joining us from different parts of the world, joining us from a creative community, joining us from other design community. What this is all about is all about designers coming together, basically upskilling their skills with our amazing facilitator, Mr. Olamiji here. Don't forget to subscribe because I want to assure you that in Ace Creative Connect, we have a lot of amazing things for you. Shows like Tech-Tastics, shows like Hello Creatives and Techie, and above all, we're going to be having Pixels Pulse. Please bear in mind that Pixels Pulse is going to be streaming right down to you twice every month. And for those of you that are watching on other platforms like TikTok and Twitch, don't forget to follow, don't forget to subscribe to Pixels Pulse. We're going to be holding every Mr. Olamiji, twice a month, right? If I want to believe. Twice a month, yeah.
Twice a month. Every first Saturday and the last Saturday of the month.
Is it first or second? I think the second Saturday. I think it's second and last.
Sorry,
Saturday.
Sorry, mistake. Every second and last Saturday of the month.
All right. Every second and last Saturday of the month. So while Mr. Olamiji is getting started and he's getting all his Photoshop, Adobe Illustrators ready, for those that are just joining Pixels Pulse for the first time, it's a masterclass for designers to help designers upskill their skills, to learn new design techniques, to get new inspiration. Please, if you have any question and you're on this call, whether you're on Twitch, whether you are on YouTube, drop the comment section. I'm going to be reading it at the end. It's usually a 1 hour, 100% practical session. We're going to get our hands dirty. We're going to open Photoshop. We'll practicalize with maxing, with loads and various techniques. So it's just an opportunity for you to meet amazing facilitator like Mr. Olamiji, who is a creative director in one of the top ad agency. Is someone I respect so much, and you get to see him work practically. One thing I've noticed as a designer myself is that you become better when you watch and you see other people practice. You see techniques they use that will help you enhance and fine-tune your abilities and your techniques. So while Mr. Olamiji gets ready, I'm just going to share 1 or 2 tips for us basically as designers as we get started in 2026. So as a designer, creative and tech professional on this call, One thing that you need to do that I believe you've not done, this is 2026, it's the beginning of the year. A lot of us that are freelancers, we own medium scale creative agency, we own large scale creative agency, or we just own a small bespoke studio. I'm going to be dropping a tips for you, and this is going to continue as a series on our YouTube channel. So if you've not subscribed, please ensure you subscribe right away. And this tips is just things you need to know and do as you start 2026. Now, these are things I've learned as I grew a small studio from a small studio agency to a large studio agency with numerous clients across the globe. Now, at the beginning of the year, one thing I always ensure I do while Mr. Olamiji gets ready with all his assets is that at the beginning of the year, if you've not done this, please ensure you get it done, is that I always set what I call a vision for my business, a vision for your whichever freelance business that you have, whether small scale, whether medium scale, whether large scale. You need to set a vision. Now, I know that this might be cliche for you. You're like, oh yeah, beginning of the year, New Year resolution. Mr. Olamiji, I'm sure you're already setting all of that and all that, but this is very important. So you need to set a vision. Now, the vision is going to be in three phases. It's going to be one, your financial projection. Number two is going to be in line with what kind of new industry do you want to break out into? What kind of clientele do you want to have? What kind of ICP, that's ICPs, do you want to have for your particular business? What kind of demographic do you want to break into? This is very important. So set a vision for your year. Now, when you look at your financial record for last year, so let's say, for example, your for last year, throughout the whole financial year, as a freelancer, as a bespoke designer, let's say in total, in Nigerian Naira, you made, let's say, 5 million Naira, or if you are in the US, you made, let's say, for example, $500,000, or in the UK, you make, let's say, for example, 500,000 pounds. You need to set a new financial target for a year. That's the vision. Now, the reason why we need to do this is because I know most freelancers don't do it. We just enter into the year and we just start gliding in. It won't work that way. If you fail to plan, you would plan to fail. So ensure that what you set a vision, set a financial goal for your year, for the year, set the amount of how much you want to increase your clientele. So let's say, for example, your current clientele is, let's say, 50 clients. Ensure you write those visions down that this year I want to increase my clientele from 50 to 100. One thing I've realized that whenever I set a vision and I write it down in a diary like I always do, by the end of the year, I would have said that what I want to make this amount this year. When I was running an agent, a small studio that I made an agency, right? What I did was I set vision for the financial year. I set vision for the kind of clients we want to have, the number of clients. Now, this would help you to be able to streamline things into your working hour. This will help you to be able to streamline things into your market budget. It is very important for you to set a vision. So if you've not done this, ensure that after this meeting, sit down, get a pen and a biro, and write it down that this is the vision I have, and make it very, very simple. That this year, I want to, if you have a large scale agency, I want to branch into other parts of Africa, or I want to branch into other parts of Europe. I want to branch into other parts of the US. If you're a small scale business or a medium scale business, I want to have this kind of client that pays this amount of figures. Now, this vision will streamline into your financial budgets for the year, and your financial budget will streamline into your marketing strategy for the year, and your marketing strategy will now streamline into what we call your services packages. Are you getting what I'm saying right now? So if you've not done this before, Mr. Olamiji, I know you've done that. Ensure that you sit down and you set a vision for your year. Now, I'm not going to give too much of tips right now because that's not 100% the reason why we're here. But in Pixels Pulse, I'll be showing one of these tips. But if you want to get more tips, I'm going to be releasing a different part series this month on how to get started on a new series called Hello Creatives and Techie, where it's going to be what we call a creative and tech commentary show, where I'm going to be sharing tips of things that you can do that will get you started or that will make you excel as a creative and tech professional. For example, this year, have you opened your mailing list and sent emails to all your clients, wishing them Happy New Year and that you are ready to work with them this year when it comes to their marketing? If you've not done that, get that done right away. Go to your Google, if you are using Google email, download all your contacts and send all your clients that email. All this is very important because what it will do first and foremost is it will put you what we call top of the mind awareness to your clients. So if you've not got that done, right, ensure that what you set the vision. A vision is a mental picture of your future. So whenever you want to see yourself at the end of the year, you have to what, start setting those vision down. So I believe these tips will help you to get started at the beginning of the year for 2026. If you've not gotten that done, please ensure you do that right away. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Why? Because I'm going to be sharing more tips, especially in YouTube Shorts and on our various platforms on how you can excel as a creative and tech professional in 2026. Mr. Olamiji, I know you've written a whole lot of vision. We've been discussing some of those personally, right?
Yeah.
All right, amazing, amazing. All right, so not to keep you waiting for too long. I just gave those tips so that we can get other people to join the stream. What we're going to be doing right now is that I can see people joining already on YouTube. Thank you so much for coming in, and I can see one or two people joining on Twitch. Please don't forget to drop your message, drop your questions, and we will be there to attend to you. For those that are joining from the community, please ensure that what you drop your chat on all our various community platform. If you want to be a member of Ace Creative Community, just go to our website, www.acecreativecommunity.com. On that platform, you see a section called Join. You can join our WhatsApp, you can join our Telegram, or you can join our online platform. Thank you so very much for attending once again. Mr. Olamiji, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Demola, and thanks for the tips you've shared so far. Yeah. So, welcome to Pixel Sports 2026. So today, what we'll be doing is quite on the sports side, but not actually the sports side itself. But the main focus should be the product you'll be using, and the figure, the hero in the design, which is one of our athletes that we all know. I'm not going to say now until we get started. So, yeah. So that's what we'll be doing. So, but majorly, the reason why I'm doing this creative is to see how, what's it called, a personality or influence can affect a product, and how we can use design in passing that message. So that's what we are doing today. Basically, that's that we are doing. So I'm going to jump into Photoshop now and take you guys through the process. So if you are ready, I'm also ready. Thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Olamiji, so we're going to be waiting for you to share your screen, right?
Okay.
So that people can have one-on-one experience. So like I said, this is going to be a 100% practical session, and we're streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. So please don't forget to subscribe. Why? Because like I said, on Ace Creative Connect, plus what we ensure we strive to do is to give you tips, to have practical session with you, and to give you news that would help you excel as a creative and tech professional. All right.
I hope you can see my screen now.
Yes, we can see your screen, Mr. Olamiji.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. So I'm just going to
Right.
take you to the process of what I came up with my idea. So I'm going to go to yeah, where is my Miller notes? Yes. So, and I also use a bit of AI in getting this done. So I'm going to show you the process of how I got this done using AI. So these are my inspirations. If you can check, if you can see, it's coming back. Um, so yeah, these are my inspirations. As you can see, I picked this from Pinterest. So these are the ideas. These are where I got my ideas from. So I'll be showing you guys. So yeah. So I'll be doing a 1080 by 1350 pixels design, which is good for social media, or we do 4:5 ratio, also what is also called in the ad industry. So I'm going to change my 1080 by 1350, which is the height. I'm going to make my resolution 100. Majorly, you can use 72 for purpose while using 100. So I'm going to drop into that. Create. So as you can see, we have it now here for using the influence of someone and how it affects what's it called a product and and also the personality of the person. So that's what we're actually working on today. So I'm going to recreate this for you guys so you guys can see what we're doing. So the first of all is to bring in my what's it called my hero, which is Lionel Messi. So in order to save time, use it. I'm going to open. So this was generated using what's it called AI, but I'm going to show you guys the process later on how I did this. I'm waiting for this to load so I can show you guys the prompt and what's it called the process. Okay, I think it's loading. Yeah, so yeah. So I can show you guys how this was generated using AI. So the AI I'm using here is what's it called? Gemini. So in order to save time on cutting the real what's it called the real elements, I'm just going to copy down from here. So all I just need to do is to reduce and cut. So yeah. So going back, how did I generate this? My guy is still loading. Yeah. So yeah, let me take you guys through the process. Now, what I did here was to first upload an image, something like this. Sorry. You can see I uploaded this image on Gemini, also with this. Also with this. Then I told it, you can see the prompt, create a picture of him sitting like the woman. He's wearing a black jacket and stretching his hand forward. So this was what Gemini first gave me, as you can see. Then later said, make it a full picture, make his full body show. That's a mistake. Show. Remove all designs, put him against an isolated background, and make the photo angle a low angle when his hand is looking like he's holding something. So now this was what he generated. I actually like this, but actually in order to what's it called to amplify his personality of him being what's it called greatest of all time that people call him, which you know, even though he's not my greatest of all time. So I'm going to then I told it was called. I said, make him sit on a grand royal chair and his hand stretched and focus toward the camera. So that was what I did. So you can see, and this was what he did for me. So I was good here. So that was what I used. Then I took this image to FreePic to go enhance. But if you're using FreePic Pro, you'll be able to I just use upscaling to upscale it on FreePic. So that was why I was able to get it more sharper like this here. So moving forward, I'm going to bring the other element that I'll be using, which is the field. So this field also was downloaded from Freepik also. So all I just need is this field itself. I don't need the other thing. So the first thing I would do is to convert to this to a smart object, so it doesn't reduce the quality. So I'm going to copy it, Command C, and I'll bring it here. Then underneath, Command V, reduce, as you can see. So I'm going to reduce and place it up like this. It might look like, this thing is not what's it called, it's not okay. We are getting there. So you guys should just follow me. So now, yeah. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to bring another, another field. So what I will do here is to come, this image, I'm going to bring it in again. And so it can give us, we are trying to create the environment first. So I'm going to bring this in, open in Photoshop again. So the first thing first is to first create the environment. So after we've created the environment, then see the elements, see the arrow in the environment, then we can continue. So this is just the stadium field. This was it called in this stadium. So I'm select. So this white part, it was called, use the layer mask to remove it. Then press Ctrl I to bring it back. So the next thing I'm going to
All right, everybody, good evening once again. So I want to believe that right now, Mr. Olamiji is experiencing one or two technical issue, but not to worry. He's going to be coming back right away. So basically, most likely, I'm 100% sure that it's a data network issue. But we have all this all covered with backups of backups to ensure that this is being remedied and basically rectified. So while we wait for him to join, I can see a couple of people already dropping messages in our community. I can see people already watching on Twitch. And I can also see we have people streaming on YouTube. So thank you so very much for joining. We really appreciate you. So while we wait for him, I'm just basically going to be continuing on the conversation I've started earlier with various steps you need to take to get started in 2027. In 2026, apologies for that. Now, remember, I started by saying, while we wait for our facilitator to connect back on his system, remember, I started by saying that if you've not done this as a creative and tech professional, it's important for you to ensure that you basically get this done, which is number one, you need to set a vision. Now, one thing with freelancers, based on my experience over the years, or what we call SME, creative and tech professionals, is that they want to get started in 2026, hit the ball running, hit the ground running, without having a proper plan for the year. Now, with my privilege of working with bigger agencies, I realized that they always set all these plans ready. So if you've not done this, it's very important. Before you start the year, this is the 10th of January 2026, when this stream had gone live, ensure that what you put this was in place. You need to have a vision. Like I said earlier on at the beginning of this session, while we wait for our facilitator to join, is that what a vision is a mental picture of what your future. So what you need to do is that where do you want to see yourself by the end of 2026 in your business as a freelancer, as a medium scale freelancer, or a medium scale bespoke agency, or a large scale bespoke agency? Where do you want to see yourself? Write those visions down. If you're a medium scale business, if you want to move to a larger office space, you need to plan that. Where do you see yourself financially? Where do you see yourself when it comes to your staffing? How many new teams do you want to employ to ensure that what you have capacity for this new business? Make it very simple. It has to be a small phrase. Now, I know that what you have your overhead long-term 5 years visions, you have your overhead long-term 10 years vision, but this is just for 2026. It's a time stamp of your overhead bigger vision that you plan to have. It's a microcosm of where you are actually what's going to basically. So that's what you need to have. So meaning that in 2026, number one, I want to ensure that what my bespoke agency moves from what we call what a medium scale to a larger scale. We want to have this amount of clientele, and also financially, we want to have this. So the number of clientele you want to have, how much you want to make. Now, when you set this vision and you make it plain, the next thing you now do is now start trickling it down to various what specific strategies for the year. Now, like I said earlier on, I'm going to be dropping this and more tips for you on this channel. So subscribe so that and don't forget to hit the bell button so that what you get notifications once this video comes. Mr. Olamiji, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. Apologies for that.
Okay,
so let's continue.
So you need to share your screen again, please.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so while we wait for you to get that done, so personally myself, I've started writing some of the visions that I'm going to be doing for the year in every aspect you get.
So you can see my screen now, right?
Yes, we can see your screen. All right, good to have you back.
So yeah, so the next thing I'm going to do here now is to actually remove, apologies for maybe off for a while. So is to use refined edges to take away this white side that we have here. So I'm going to increase my brush, as you can see. Then I'm going to just, and make sure that, what's it called, your refine mode is color, because that's what I'm removing. So I'm going to just paint like that, as you can see. So it removes the white part that we have here. So move forward. So I think I see I have some. So I'm going to remove also from here. So I'm going to reduce and also to remove this part. So
Okay, apologies for that once again. I think we've lost Mr. Olamiji again, and we are going to do what we can technically to get him back up. One thing I'm going to assure you is that we're going to do everything we can. This is going to still be on our live stream. So what you can do is to rewatch it again. Now, like I said, for those that are just joining Pixels Pulse for the first time, this is a masterclass for creative professionals, just to show you different case scenarios and practical session as a designer, where you get to see how we use design to solve marketing problems, communication problems, to enhance your skills. So it's 100% practical session where we're literally going to open Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign, and you see how, and you get your hands dirty to see how designs are done from ideation process to conceptualization, then from conceptualization to what's the proper design. Are you getting me now? So that's basically what this is this is for, because we've realized that as a creative professional, especially as a designer, when you see other people create and other people design, it kind of helps you to hone your skills, to become what's better, and to become much more what's enhanced. You get more better in driving a car when you get to see other people drive your car, because one thing that happens is that it helps you see things you didn't used to see, and it gives you a different perspective of how things basically should be done. Hence why we're having this session is going to be happening twice every month, and that's the second Saturday and the last Saturday of every month. So keep in tune, hit the bell button, ensure you subscribe. You can always come back to watch these videos so that you can practice step by step on things that would basically make you get better. So we're looking forward to seeing you grow as a designer, because one of the things that we are planning to basically achieve is that by the end of the year, based on the fact that what you are watching or you are a part of what Pixels Pulse, what we are hoping for is that by the end of the year, you would have become a better and fantastic designer. Because one thing we're trying to do is that we're not just going to teach you how to design, we're going to teach you how to use design to solve problems. Mr. Olamiji, good to have you back once again. All right, so I just want to be sure that you are here 100%.
So the next thing I'm going to do is to convert this guy to smart object first, which is important.
Right, so Mr. Olamiji, yeah, so Mr. Olamiji, one minute, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Mr. Olamiji? All right, basically, so this is what I recommend. Is it possible for you to close all the browser that you have opened with the streaming software? So what that would do is that it will make things better. So I think you should put the streaming software on a separate browser. So that would basically help better. Yeah. So I just got a notification from the streaming software that you should please open on a different browser. Thank you. All right. So while we wait, so Mr. Olamiji, we're not hearing you yet at the moment. So while we wait for Mr. Olamiji to get back up, we're not hearing you yet. All right, good. So I think it's trying to disconnect and connect back. So that's what we're trying to achieve. So we're trying to help you to understand how to design from the place of conceptualization to ideation, from ideation to proper design, and not just knowing how to design, how to interpret design that would solve problem. One thing I've realized as a creative professional, that is not just having the technical skills, but the ability to be able to interpret what the client wants, or what the particular brief is, or what the particular scope creep is for the particular campaign, and designing tailor-made design that would interpret the messaging and solve the marketing problem or the communication problem that you need to do as a designer. So these and more tips that we're going to be doing to share with you for 2026. Now, another thing, while we wait for Mr. Olamiji, which is going to give you a bonus of some of the things I intend to be talking about in Hello Creative and Techie, which is a new show that I'm planning to release, where it's going to be a creative and tech commentary show, where I'm going to be sharing my thoughts and my commentary in the creative and tech ecosystem. Now, one thing I also want to speak about, after having a vision, which is very important as a creative and tech professional, is that as a creative and tech professionals, one of the mistakes we do in setting up our businesses, and one thing I've realized that larger agencies have been able to figure this out, but medium scale agencies and bespoke agencies and freelancer has not figured this out. And this would basically transform your business. And what is that? Ensure that what you don't run a service-based business. So I've spoken about the first thing, which is what's having the vision. Now, the next thing is that ensure you don't run a service-based business. Ensure that what your business model is a package and product-based business. Ensure you don't run a service-based business, which is how most freelancers as business are set up. Ensure you run what we call what a service-based slash package-based slash product-based business. I'm going to be sharing more tips about this. Let us get
So can you hear me now, Mr.
to
Demola?
designing. Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. All right.
Oh,
a lot of people
thank you very much.
and a lot of people
I think I picked the wrong selection when I was selecting the other time. Instead of using I'm using microphone. I did not pick that. I think that was where the error came from.
All right, beautiful.
So I'll be sharing my screen now. Apologies for the delay.
Happen. Oh, not a problem.
So
for just joining on Twitch, don't forget to subscribe like we said earlier on. And for just joining on YouTube, don't forget to drop or follow. All right, Mr. Olamiji, over to you. While
can you see my screen now?
Do a design on Messi. Yes, we can see your design. I know that you're going to be cutting a lot of fights, especially for those that love Ronaldo.
So now the next thing I'm doing now is to copy Command C and bring that here. So I'm going to hide this guy first. Then I'm going to Command V, bring it in. So the next thing I'm going to do is Command 0 so that I can have Command T, sorry. To select that, feel like it's quite too big. So Command 0 so that I can see the whole here. So I'm going to reduce it from angle like this. So I have that, so I'm going to press OK. So I'm going to zoom back in. Then, so as you can see that this is already being filled up. So I'm going to reduce this. Yes, I need this. Then bring this down. So in order to fill up what we have here, so I'm going to create a layer on top of this. So on top of my element, beneath, sorry, I'm going to create a layer. Then I'm going to pick a color from this green that we have here. So I'm going to pick a color here, holding my Alt key. So I'm going to pick, then I'm going to paint a bit down here like this, as you can see. But this is not giving me what I want. So I'm going to make it a bit darker. So I'm going to reduce. I'm going to bring it a bit down. That's okay. So the next thing I'm going to do here is to increase my brush and just paint. You can see here. So we have it okay like this. So now, as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to group this. And I'm going to make them a group. I'm going to just say stadium. So the next thing I'll be doing here is just to zoom in a bit, then bring in my C. So the next thing I'll be doing going forward is to bring in the sky that I'll be using. So I'm making sure that Messi is at the center of the creative, and I'm going to reduce them a bit. So I don't want him to be too big. So I'm going to reduce him a bit, then bring in a bit down. So I need to get that perspective right. Yeah. So the next thing I'll be doing is to bring in the sky, which is this. So I'm going to just drag that in. So just increase it a bit by the side. Increase it by the side here also. Then make sure it's inside where we have the stadium. So I'm going to put it behind everything like this. So we have that already done like this. So So I'm going to shape it. Where do I want it to be? So it's okay like this. Next thing now, we're going to be working on our lightning and shadow. So that's what we'll be doing next. So now the next thing I'm going to do is first zoom in, then on Messi, the first thing I'll do on Messi is to duplicate Messi, Command J. Then convert the one beneath smart, sorry, to rasterize objects. I'm going to rasterize it and I'm going to just select around that. This is what we have. Then I'm going to press Control Delete. First press D and Control Delete. Sorry, Alt Delete, sorry. Alt Delete. So that will give me black. So the next thing I will do is remove my selection with Control D. Then convert that back again to smart objects. Then Control T for transform. Then I'm going to pick what we call distort. So what I'm going to do now, I'm the one determining where the light is coming from. So the light will be coming from this side. So if the light is coming from here, the shadow will be casted on this side more than this side. So the next thing I'll be doing is to use my distort tool to drag this down and also create the shadow. As you can see that we are getting there. So I don't want this to lose. So yeah, we're almost there. So let me shift this a bit to the side like this. So drag this up a bit. Yeah, so we've created the shadow. So the next thing I'm to do is to create a layer mask on the shadow. Then, so after creating the layer mask on the shadow, I'm going to press G for gradients. So I'll make sure I'm selecting the layer mask itself. Then I'm going to just draw in like this, or the other side like this. So I'm going to draw in like this, as you can see, but not to just want to create a bit of fade in it. So I'm going to just do it like this, but not totally remove it. Still going to be there, but just to create a bit of fade around it because, yeah. So we are good with that. So the next thing to do is to make this blur this a bit using Gaussian blur. So I'm going to use Gaussian blur. So use Gaussian blur, but not too much. 1.7 here is okay. Yeah, we're good. So I'm going to zoom in. So the next thing again, you can see that now it shows that the light is coming from this angle. Then I'm going to basically now start creating what's it called shadow on Messi. But before I start to shadow, the next thing I want to do here is to actually bring how I put it, put my product in his hand. With the help of the AI, I've been able to what's it called to generate the product, the PEF. But I'll be using another one which is his own brand label. So I'm going to bring that in. But before I bring that in, the first thing I'm going to do here is to first zoom, increase its hand so it look like it's zooming into the camera. So that's the next thing I'm going to. So first thing first, what I'm going to do here is to first crop away this from his hand. I'm going to crop this away. So I'm going to select I can use my pen tool. So but what I'll use here is my selection tool, quick selection tool first. So zoom in, then. So I'm going to pick that, as you can see. Sorry, on the wrong what's it called. So yeah. So I'm going to select on his body. So I'm going to zoom in. So I'm going to reduce my brush, then select more. Actually, I won't be needing this under the end. So the next thing I'm going to do is to pick my, what's it called, my lasso tool. So to make things quick, sorry. So I'm going to pick my lasso tool. Then I'm just going to use that to trace around. Sorry. Okay. Command C. So I'm going to pick this so you can add and select continuous selection. So I'm going to use that to draw. Then again, I need some part of his hand also. So I'm just going to select a bit of that like this. So I need that also. Then still not cut out some major part of his hand. So I'll be needing that. So I'm going to just trace round. Then trace round again. So now that I have that, the next thing I'm going to do here is to Control J. So if I Control J that, you can see the selection has been made. So convert to smart objects, then Control T. So I'm going to increase this guy. As you can see, I'm going to increase this guy like this. But there are some manipulations we're going to do here. So I'm going to make him lean towards the hand like this. Towards his body like this, as you can see what I'm doing here. Then still reduce this guy like this. So I'm going to check that very well. So towards his body like this. Yes, so it will cover a bit of his body. Yeah, it's okay like this. So I'm going to press OK. Then calm. There are some things I'm going to do clean off. So I'm going to pick Messi's body. Create a layer mask on his body. Then I'm going to clean some part away. Make sure my tool is on black. My foreground is black, so I'm going to clean some parts away. So which is, sorry, reduce it. So there are some parts I'm going to clean away on his body. Let me see whether we are good. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, so that I can get this properly, I'm going to increase what's it called? I'm going to increase my image here to 300. And the reason why I'm doing that is to just basically get a full and clear image. So after then, I'm going to reduce it back. So I'm going to increase my image. So yeah, that has been done. So I can get the full picture very well when cleaning. So yeah, I have that. So let me bring this back. And also let me shift. So I'm going to read back. Yeah. So I'm going to return this back so it shows. So I'm going to clean this part away because I don't want the other hand to show. So I'm going to clean that part. But yeah, bring this back. So I'll look from afar to see what I can do better from here. So I'm going to tilt this hand also a bit. So let me see what we can do here. So I'm going to tilt the hand a bit. As you can see, I'm trying to tilt the hand. Yeah. So I think I like it like this. Bring it down to where we have his body. Reduce it. This guy is a bit selected. Yeah, it's okay like this. Yeah, so bring it. Let me review this back. Then clean this. So yeah, we are good here. Now, so the next thing I'll be doing is to bring in, where's the perf? Yeah, this open. I'm waiting for that to open. So let me try to delete some of these files here. Yeah. Okay, I think it's that opened. So the next thing is to bring this guy, convert it to a smart object. Then I'm going to just drag it inside like this. So take it up. Then I'm going to zoom in. Then put the guy, first place it where you want it to be placed first. So that's the first thing. So I want it to be around here like this. Yeah, I won't even be needing the add per se. So I want it to be around here like this. So first of all, hold on this B, then the hand, select, clean off this guy that we have here because we'll be needing it. Clean off this guy. Yeah. So the next thing I'm going to do here, method. So the first thing I'm going to do is to create. Make sure your so I'm going to reduce. Control Z, please. So I'll be cleaning, as you can see. Then declare, bring it back. Take this away. So the other part also is to bring this X, then bring this, then try and remove some part, reveal the part back that you don't want. So it's always his hand that must show. So we have that here. So I need to work on this part very well. Yeah. So the next thing again is the last and X to bring out the black, like this. So the next thing to do is to press your X again to bring the white, review some parts, take this part away. Yes. So we have this now. From afar, you can see that is holding the, what's it called? The perf, right? So this is what we have now. So we are getting somewhere. So the next thing to do now here is to create a shadow for this, because this doesn't look real. It doesn't look like it's standing. So the next thing I'm going to do here on the stadium that we have here, this stadium, I'm going to create a curve adjustment layer, and I'm going to power clip it on it like this. Then I'm going to reduce it totally down. Yeah, I like it like this. Then I'm going to press Ctrl I, then B. I'll make sure my fog just, yes, bring that part back, as you can see. So that's what I want to do. So and also now I'm going to reduce my brush to around 20, 25 is okay. Then increase it like that. Then pin this side like this. So this side will be a bit darker, and inside of his body like this. Yes. So the next thing I'll be doing, but before I do that, I'm going to pick this guy here, group them together, and make sure, sorry, so for Messi also, I'm going to group Messi. Which element is this beneath him? So the shadow, I'm going to pick both of them, and I'm going to group them. So the next thing I'm going to do, as I said, is to create an adjustment layer, which is curve, but we're using different adjustment layer here. So I'm going to use curve adjustment layer. So I'm going to reduce, give me a bit of darkness. Yes. And I'm going to, what's it called? Press Ctrl I again. So I'm going to repeat this method a lot of time. So B, reduce my brush totally, so I can reduce the flow also. Yeah. If I'm using pen tool, I'll reduce it so much. Because I'm not using pen tool, so I'll leave it like this. So the next thing now is now to paint, to look for the part areas where what's it called, shadows will be casted. So if light is coming from here like this, there's a chair here, his body here, so the shadow will be casted around here, and also some part of his hand here, and also a part of his neck like this. So I'm going to cast those shadows, reduce. So I'm going to paint. So for that to be a bit darker, I'm going to increase my brush. So I'm going to paint very well. You can see it's a bit darker. So I'm going to go like that. So do the same thing here also. His body. Then this chair. I'm going to paint that. So make sure this place is darker. then paint part of this body again, this part, then move forward. So I'll move forward to this part of this body again, then go inside, then reduce my brush. Then inside my brush hardness to 0, so I can get that so smooth and soft feeling. So I'm going to like this. So yeah. So the next thing I'm going to do, also for this part, so we have a part that is still selected. Sorry, I'm going to come to my C and pick my C, pick my magic wand, then and just delete. So I'll delete. So I've deleted that. So the next thing I'm going to do now, bring out my brush. So reduce and X. Yeah. Oh no. Go back to my, so and just select X. Yeah. Then go down, deepen this part also of this body. Then this part of his, what's it called? Make sure it's dark. Like that. This part also is dark. So now, so I'm done with this one. So if I'm to on and off it, you see the difference. What we have before, what we have now. So the next thing is to create another. I'm going to actually um increase or reduce, sorry, reduce down. And I'm going to hide. So I'll be using that for his neck, increase it a bit, and it's part of his face and some part of his body. I'll be doing that, as you can see. Then some part of his body also, like these parts, like these parts. So I have to take it far to see what we've created so far. Then I think we are doing better. So also this part of his hand should be a bit darker for the shadow. So I'm going to reduce this, and just measure on his hand here like this. So it has to be dark. What else? So this part of this chair also, I need to focus on it. It has to be dark because there won't be lights there. So I have to paint that very well. And this part of the chair also, I need to paint that very well because it has to be dark. So far they won't be light, so it has to be dark. Yeah. So the next thing I'm going to do here is to use my exposure. So I'm going to bring in exposure. Then I'm going to increase my exposure a bit on his body, like this. Then I'm going to hide it. So it's to create the light that will be bouncing on his body. So the next thing I'm going to do, still the same B, increase the bits, and just follow through his body where the light will be casted, as you can see. So it has to be subtle, not too much, because it's already in what's it called? It's already outside. So we don't have to what's it called? Cast too much light on his body, because the environmental light also will be on his body. So you don't have to put too much light on him. So it won't look a bit much. So this part there'll be light here. So for this part also there'll be light, but I'm coming there later. So on his face, there'll be subtle light on his face. Good, just going to paint that. Sorry, that's too much. So I'm going to reduce my brush and also reduce the what's it called? Reduce the opacity of my brush. Then I'm going to just paint like that. Part of his, what's it called? I'm going to add light there. Yeah. So, but I'm going to increase my brush a bit, then reduce it. So I'm going to add light there. Then on this part of his body also, I'm going to add a bit of light here. And also this part of his shoe. Going to add lights there. Then not forgetting some little part of his body over here. Even though it was because we have a major light, sunlight coming from here, we still have environmental light. So I'm still going to cast some lights around here, but I'll come back to that later. So let me first deal with the Messi's body first. So the next thing, the light also around here, because the light will be cast. So as I'm done with it, the next thing I'm going to do now is to actually match this guy. This is my hand with his body, so it looks real. So I'm going to collapse that. Then I'm going to look at where my hand is. This is the guy. B, then increase B, which is my brush. Then I'm going to increase it a bit and make sure my foreground is black. Then I'm going to paint this guy away. So it fits the body. So it's not what's it called away from the body when we look at it. So that's the idea. So I think I've done that already. So the next thing I'll be doing here, bring it back. So I'm going to work on this now. I'm going to work on it. So I'm casting my shadow and light also on this body. So the next thing I'm going to do here is to create what's it called? My curves adjustment layer. And that will be on this guy here. Then I'm going to reduce it like this, as you can see. Then I'm going to press Ctrl I to hide it. Then make sure I'm reducing my make sure your brush is reduced so it's not harsh and too much. So I'm going to just start painting this part of his body, X, and make sure your foreground is white. So I'm going to paint it because this part of his body can be what's called lighter because it's also a part of his body. So I'm going to paint it it can't be that light. So we have to also work on that. It will be dark because the light won't be coming. So also some part of his body here. So I have to work on that. Reduce my brush, then paints, then paints. Yeah, and paint this guy also. So we have that feeling that he's holding something. Sorry, that's too much. Paint the part here. So and also for this my what's it called, just put a bit of shadow around here. Yeah, put a bit of shadow around here. So the next thing I'll be doing now, I'm still going to cast the light on it, but let's just hold on. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to bring another element I'll be using, which is the ball. There's no Messi without football, so we have to bring in the football in. So I'm going to drop the ball. It should be on top of everything. So I'm going to drop it in. So I'm going to just reduce the ball. For you guys to know, I'm not a Messi fan. I'm not a Messi fan. I'm a Ronaldo fan, and you can drag that with me. I see Ronaldo as the greatest of all time. But the reason why I'm doing Messi is to create controversy, and also it was actually his product I see first, and it aligns more with my what's it called, my design style. So that was why I picked what's it called, Messi. So for Ronaldo fan, so I'm going to just deck this ball not be in front. So I'll make sure that my ball is just behind. So I'm going to open my Messi image. Behind, it should be behind Messi. So beneath my Messi, I'll have the ball. So it should be sitting close next to the what's it called? Next to the chair. At the tip of the chair, it has to be sitting. So let me see if I reduce it a bit. Is it much? So it's a bit okay like this. So the next thing also is to now what's it called? Cast my light and shadow on the ball. So that's the next thing
All right.
we'll be doing.
All right, Mr. Lamiji, based on
Name
what you
this,
said,
group it, I'll
right?
make it ball. Then on the
Yeah, Mr.
ball,
Lamiji, can you hear me?
I will be
Lamiji, can you hear me?
of the same method. I said I'll be repeating this method a lot of time. I then so yeah. So I'm going to just paint. Let me
Lamiji,
see.
can you hear me?
So this is okay.
I'm not sure if you can hear
So
me.
I'm just going to paint like that on its body. If that's okay, this is okay for now. So the next thing I'm going to do now,
Mr. Lamiji, can you hear me?
the next thing I'm going to do now is to bring a shadow whereby the ground, what's it called? The bulb is sitting. So I'm going to bring a shadow whereby the ground is sitting.
Yeah, so Mr. Lamiji, can you hear me? We could not hear you earlier on. We can't hear you. Can you hear me? All right, so I think there's something wrong with the sound. We've lost Mr. Lamiji. Mr. Lamiji, can you say
Can you
something,
hear me
please?
now?
Yes, I can hear you now. All
Can
right.
you hear me now?
Yes,
Oh,
I
wow.
can hear you right now. All right, great. Yeah, no, I was just trying to
Okay.
pick up if you could hear me earlier. I think there was something wrong with your sound. Can you hear us now? All right, good, beautiful.
Yeah, I
So
can hear
it's
you
good
very
to have you
well.
back.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All
So moving forward, I'm trying to load a brush. Mr. Demola, confirm me. Can you see hear me?
yes, we can hear you, but I don't think you can hear me.
I can hear you also.
All right, good. So I'm saying
So
that you're already causing the
I'm
control.
going to load
I'm
this
saying that you're already
brush.
causing. Can you hear me, Mr. Olamiji? All right, let me just allow him to take the class. So I'm saying that
Yes,
you're
I
already
can.
causing a controversy. You're already causing a controversy on the chats. We have at my stick 551 saying that let's go there, Oga Messi. But why come you to do design Messi? He's saying that he's intentionally ignoring us because he likes Messi more. So at my stick 555 dropped on the chat. That's I told you not to do this,
Okay.
that you're
I'm
passionate about
sorry about
Messi.
I'm sorry about I'm sorry about that. I'm not a Messi fan, I'm a Ronaldo fan, but in order just to create controversy, that's why I'm using.
All right. So I think everybody, there's an age-old rivalry between Messi and Ronaldo. So at my stick five five five
Messi
one
and
says
Ronaldo, yeah.
yeah, at my stick 551 on the chat is saying that don't ignore us. You are intentionally doing Mercy because of you have an ulterior motive. All right, let's get back to the training.
Okay. So I needed to just load this brush. So and reason why I'm loading this grass brush is to give what's it called? Is to give that realistic feeling that the brush is sitting on. So I'm going to reduce it. So I'm going to reduce it. So I'm just going to, sorry, X. So that's too much. This too much. Grab grass. Okay, I think if I can find, I'll just settle for what I have. No. So I think I'm just going to settle for what I have. So I'm just going to settle for what I have. So I'm just going to use that to just clean a part of this guy here. Then tilt it a bit like this. So that's too much. So tilt it to the side a bit like this. Then tilt it again to the side a bit like this. It's too much. Yes. So I'm just using that to create a grass. What's it called? So, so I think we are good. So but I'm still not feeling it yet. So let me delete that. Yeah, I'm going to delete that. Then I'm going to bring it back again. So now, let me see if I can get the perfect brush that I need for this. So let me go down. Yeah, I think this is okay. So now I'm going to zoom in. Paint also 100. Yeah. See, yeah. Yeah, I'm getting it now. So it's like the what's it called? The ball is sitting on the grass. So now the next thing I'm going to do underneath, I'm going to create a shadow. So I'm just going to use my brush again, but make sure my brush is a soft, round brush. So I'll be using a soft, round brush for that. So I'll so the next thing I'll be doing now is to increase the brush. Oh, this is not a soft round brush, sorry. So general brush, I'm going to use soft round, reduce it like that. Then Ctrl T, I'm going to actually just, oh, I have that one already selected already. So I'm going to do it again. Then bring it back. B, once more. So Ctrl T. With my Alt and Shift. Yeah, I think it's okay like this. Yeah, I like it like this. So I'm going to press OK. Oh, sorry. Then try and move it to where I want it to be. So I think I won't be needing this guy anymore. Then delete. I won't be needing him anymore. So yeah, I think it's okay like this. So I'm going to just place it underneath. For the shadow, then I'm going to reduce it a bit. Reduce the opacity. Bring it inside the ball. Then the next, so I'm going to bring back the shadow the ball is casting. So I'm going to reduce my, so I'm going to just paint this like this. So I'm going to just paint this like this. So the shadow can also cast, and the ball can also cast a shadow like that. Yeah. So we can see the ball is already there. Messi is there. So the next thing I'm going to do is to cast a light on this material. So what I'm going, so let me, so this is it. Then I'm going to select the green, sorry. So I'm going to select the green. Let me see if I can pick the blue. The blue is too dark. So I feel like the green is in between. If I pick the, is in between. So I'm going to just duplicate that. So that's what I will do. Then I'll press, what's it called? Control and select the thumbnail like this. Or better still, if I want to create more lightning, I'll press Control M, which is for the curve. Just going to actually work on the lightning and the, what's it called? The lights and the darkness. So yeah. So the next thing I'm going to do is what's it called? Control and select. So I'm going to go back to my RGB. Then I'll come here. So on top of it, I'm going to pick my curve adjustments directly like that. So what it does is that it has already made a selection marks for me already. So I'm going to power clip it inside. So whenever I increase the light, that also increase on his body. As you can see, there's more light showing at this side. As you can see, right? So let me try and not too much. Same for the Messi's body that we have here. So to create a general light, so I'm going to duplicate this guy like this, and I'll power clip. So for me, I don't want light to be on. I'm going to clean it. I'm going to reduce this. Some part that I don't want light to show. So I'm going to just be majorly on the other side. So as you have the what's it called? We have the general lights on the body. So we are I'm trying to what's it called? I'm trying to create a focus element. You might actually lose attention for the design. So I'm trying to create attention for the design. So what I'm going to do is side attraction in this design. So what will be the side attraction? So we all know Messi is a champion, is a goat, right? It's some people's goat. So I'm going to actually bring in elements that actually was it called? That actually depicts that. And also, we all know Messi as what's it called as a footballer. So I'm going to also do that. So what I'm going to do here is to bring in what's it called? The football that I have before. So the ball, where is it? So the ball that I have, okay. So I'm going to just bring it up, duplicate it, bring it up, then still hide this. Then I'm going to just bring it here and increase it like this. Then put it like this to the side like this. Then for this also put it to the side like this, then rotate it. So I want where the light is actually showing very well. So like this, I can reduce it and bring it up like this, which I'll duplicate this guy here like this. That'll just be inside like this. Yeah. So I'm going to create light and shadow. No. Let this guy go back. So let this guy show and let him just be a bit bigger. So it should look like we are just laying a ball in front of him like that. So I'm going to actually create curve adjustments, duplicate, bring it down. Like this. So I'm going to clip it inside of one. The first one, this guy, I'm going to hide. Then I'm going to bring in my brush. Then make sure this is around 30 and this is also reduced. So then I'm going to paint to create, this is far from the light, so it's going to be dark. So this is far from the light, it's going to be dark on some parts. So the next thing again is to create the same one here. So what I can just do is to duplicate this guy and bring him on top of this guy here like this. So power clip it also like that. Then, so, and then Control I. So the next thing I'll be doing, B. So I'm still going to paint also. Is a bit closer to the what's it called outside to the light. So I'll leave this one a bit like this. So the next thing again I'll be doing is to also do for this. So the same method. So I'm going to actually duplicate. Sorry. What I'm going to do is actually duplicate this guy, bring it down. The same method, power clip it, Alt delete, or backspace or delete, then Control I to hide, then B. Foreground is white. Then I'll paint again. Like that. It's also outside. So I'm not going to paint it too much. So some parts like this. So now the next element I want to bring to actually amplify. So the crown is here. So I'm going to delete this guy. So I'm not just putting elements because I want to put elements. Elements I'm putting is to actually what's it called? Amplify what I want to do, and also to pass the message properly, to communicate it properly. So that is why I'm using this element. So we should get that from onset. So you don't just use element just because you want to use elements. So elements you are using for your design should be able to pass a particular message. Are you guys getting me? So that's the idea. So I'm going to actually reduce, bring it in, so it will be in between the balls. So yes, so the same method that I did, I'm going to do it here also, which I have done earlier. Then I'm going to press Ctrl U. And Ctrl U is majorly for my hue and saturation. So I really want, how will I put it, the color of my crown should conform with the color of the seats. So they should be that, what's it called? There should be that simulation around them. It has to synchronize. So just tilts. So yes, you can see now we are there. So I need to, what's it called? I need to first get that also. We are not just doing, what's it called, doing design. You have to actually note everything you're doing on this guy. So this case I'm going to use exposure. So, and I'm going to hide. Then my B, which is my brush, I'm going to use it in painting. This part will be dark. this part that the balls are on it will be a bit dark, like that. So as you can see, we have it like that. Reduce my brush and just paint some parts. Yeah. So Demola, please confirm if you can still hear.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. I can confirm that we can hear you loud and clear.
So
Can you hear
the
us?
next thing I'm going to do is to Mr. Demola, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. We can hear you loud and clear.
Let me see. Mr. Demola, confirm if you can hear me, please.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
So I'm going to increase like that and also hide it. Control I to hide it. Then B for my brush. Then zoom in into it. Part that I want light to show. Because it's actually significant in this design. Let me check. So yeah. So we're almost there. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to group these guys. Group them together like this. We have the ball. Yes. Group them together like this. Convert them. Let me see. Yes. Convert them to a smart object. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Sedemla, can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Olamiji, we can
Okay,
hear you loud and clear.
Just want to confirm if you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
So that has been converted to a smart object. So I'm going to come to my Gaussian blue. Okay. Okay. I'm going to come to my Gaussian blue and just let me see whether it's happening on it. Okay, yeah, thank you. Because I want to give this yeah. So I like it like this. So I'm going to just basically bring it down a bit. I don't want that white part to be showing. So yeah, like this. So I'm going to come in beneath it and press Ctrl I because I'm not blowing everything out. That's the idea. So I'm going to just B, press my brush, increase my brush, opacity. I'm going to spin the part that I want to blow out and the part that will still be showing. I've done that. It's subtle. You might not see it, but it's subtle. It's there. So the next thing I'm going to do here now is for the field. This guy. I'm going to select Utah, Gaussian blur. So I'm going to actually just reduce it a bit. So it's just to show that the idea that is far from me. Okay. Okay. So it's giving that far distance. So for this one also, for my elements, discussion blur, I can increase this a bit. Then I'll come to my Gaussian blur and I'll press Control. And what's it called? The smart filter that we have here, I'm going to press Control I to hide. You can see that it has been hidden. Then my brush to reveal the parts that I want to be blurred. So this is to create a bit of realism in my design. So you can see some parts will be blurry, while some parts will show perfectly. So the next thing I'm doing here now is to bring my actual lights for the design. So before I bring my actual lights, I'm just going to make sure my brush is white. My foreground is white. Increase it a bit. Then just paint like this first. Let that white show. On top of it, let that white light show. Yeah, and then I'm going to actually make it screen. Then I'm going to reduce the opacity a bit like this. But that's not the actual what's it called. This is just to give what's it called to show. So the major LED is from Free Pick. So I'm going to increase it like that. Then I'll change the mode, the color mode to screen. Yeah. But I don't want it to look like this. So the next thing I'm going to do is to also create a what's it called, layer mask. So you can see that I use layer masks often. Sorry, I'm going to create a layer mask. So you can see that I use layer masks often in my designs. Is actually important. I first. Control I to hide. Then my brush B to bring it back. Because I'm not painting for all the parts. As you can see. Yeah, I've done that. So the next thing, they like leaks. So I'm going to bring that in. The same way what I did to this one will be the same thing I'll be doing. So I'm going to flip it on seats like that. The layer mode, the blender mode to screen, and I'm going to reduce it. Then another layer mask for this one. Reduce my brush. Sorry, X. That'll be my foreground will be black. Like that. So as you can see, we have this done. So the next thing I'm just going to pick it from here to save time. So Command C, Command Shift Control V. So the text that I use for this design is Oswald. So reason why, let me just take you through this text, right? Smell like greatness. Our focus is the what's it called? Of all time. So that's why it says smell like greatness and move like a legend. Move like a legend. That has to do with football, and they play that in also. Just going to bring both in just to save time. So coming. Why is this taking time? So I don't know what's wrong. So maybe I'm going to type it out. It's not selecting. So I'm going to copy it, Command C, and bring it here. Shift Control V. So I have it like that. So the next thing I'm going to be doing here now is to what's it called? Use my color lookup and also do some what's it called? Color grading to it. So first of all, what's it called? Color lookup. Then so you can see. So I'll look for the one that has this yellow and orange feeling out of my color lookup. I'm going to reduce it a bit. Then the next one I'm going to do again is to bring in what's it called? My color balance. Because I want this to have this yellow feeling. So I'm going to teach you between my mid-tone around red, but not too much. Or I think 3 or 4 is okay. So let me just put it inside 3. Then my green is outside and it's still 10 for my yellow. Yes, I want it to have that yellow feeling. Then for shadow also. So for shadow, the same thing. But I don't want I'll use blue first, but not too much. Then I'll leave this, then I'll break yellow, but not too much also. Something just or two. We take it down. As you can see, so what I'm going to do here is to pick both of them and pick color like that for both of the what's it I'm going to pick the color for this, so it only affects the color in the design. As you can see, we have a subtle yellow in this final part of this um just my brush black, increase it like that, and I'm going to actually just paint black. Oh, sorry, that's not it. Create a layer on top, reduce my these whites, oh my god. So black, so that's what I'll do. So now I'm going to yes. So the last part is to convert everything together. Control Alt Shift E. So that will give me a thumbnail of everything at once. So I'm going to convert that guy to a smart object like that. Then after it has been converted to a smart object, then I'll come to my filter and I'll come to camera raw. And you can see that this is simple, not really hard. Something that you can do. And if you have any question, you can ask me. So I'm waiting for that to load. So you can see that if you can see the design, this design really explains that this Lionel Messi and the products are how I put it.
All right, so I think we lost Mr. Revel over there. I'm not really sure. I think it's an internet connectivity issue. And what I can realize that is that this session has been very, very explosive. We've been going on for a couple of time. What this is Pixels Pulse once again, 100% practical session where we take designers, the practicality of designs, how to move from ideation to conceptualization, from conceptualization to actually the design what's proper. And one thing I've noticed, which is a question that I'm going to be asking Mr. Rebel or Olamiji Bello, is that what we've noticed is that when you are working on creatives, especially designs like we just did for advertising, one of the most important thing is your realism. Your creative has to be realistic. Now, what differentiates a creative professional that or a senior designer for someone that is just learning design is the ability to be able to pay attention to details. So that's why basically one of the things that you would notice in this design is Mr. Olamiji's use of lights, and not just his use of lights. You will see how he used what we call lights and shadow, basically what's for his design to ensure that what it is what's very, very, very what's realistic. So this is very important to you as a designer. For those joining on TikTok, one of what you can do is that what connect on YouTube, go to your YouTube, go to YouTube and search for Ace Creative Connect Plus, and you'll be able to basically watch the 100% practical sessions that we are having right now. So we're waiting for Mr. Olamiji to join while we round up this amazing session. Now, this is the first session of Pixels Pulse in 2026. So that's why we're trying as much as possible to load you up with loads of information. Don't worry, subsequent sessions, we're going to be doing something a little bit much more shorter, like we've done in previous episodes. Now, for those watching on YouTube, thank you so much for joining. We really appreciate you. If you have any questions for him, please let us ensure that you are let us ensure that you're basically dropping your questions on the chat. When you drop your questions on the chat, I will be able to ask him. I can see some people on the chat right now. Thank you so much for joining. Toke, thank you so much for joining. MY6551, really appreciate you for joining. And we have design with me. I think I know who that is. He's from the Ace Creative community. Thank you so much for joining. We really, really appreciate you. So while we wait for Mr. Olamiji to come back to the call, we will basically, I'm going to be running up this session while we wait for him to join again, just by saying that, well, because obviously he's done with the design. For those that are watching on YouTube, for those that are watching on TikTok, what you need to do is that would go to Ace Creative Connect, go to your YouTube channel. On your YouTube channel, go to Ace Creative, search for Ace Creative Connect Plus, and you're going to see this live recording there. What we are going to ensure that we do after this session is that in the YouTube description, we're going to be putting, because a lot of people are asking questions, and I know a lot of people would have been thinking about it, is that how can I have access to the assets? Now, for the designs that he did, he made use of a couple of assets. Now, some of the images were generated using AI, right? But he used some assets and some elements for his designs. So what we will try as much as possible to do is that we would ensure that we'll put a link to a Google Drive where you can download the assets and you can practice. You will be able to download the assets and practice. Now, one thing we've realized, for example, for those of you that have joined this meeting, is how this session is how detailed it is when it comes to lighting, when it comes to shadow, and you see how he was able to use color grading, or what we call the use of camera raw in Photoshop, to create what we call a realistic Photoshop manipulation, as though Messi is advertising his perfume. This is very important when it comes to designing for advertising. When it comes to designing for advertising, one of the most important things that is crucial for you is what you're realism. What makes a Photoshop manipulation that is not real from what is real is the ability of the designer to understand the principle of lighting and shadow, and how to use the Photoshop tools, or what Photoshop has to offer, to make what we call a Photoshop manipulation what look realistic. Now, I'm going to be just rounding up this session by saying that this session is going to be continuing on the last Saturday of the month, where we're going to be taking you another 100% practical session on how to design. If you want to be a part of this, go to Ace Creative Connect Plus, subscribe to our channel. We're going to be dropping on the description of this particular session in the next 1 hour all the assets that you need to be able to practice. If you're a graphic artist, right, and you want to enhance your skill, this is a channel to join. For those on TikTok, all you just need to do is go to YouTube, go to Ace Creative Connect Plus, and watch the live session that is going on right now. It's a 100% practical session. So thank you so much for joining this Pixels Pulse, 100% practical sessions for designers, where we teach you how to skill up your skills the practical way for it to be better in 2026. Now, don't forget, I'm going to be dropping a lot of tips on this YouTube channel on how you can grow your business as a creative, as a tech professional. And those tips are going to be coming in next week. So don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell button, so that when those tips are coming in, you'll begin to get all the notifications you will need. Well, I guess Mr. Olamiji is still finding difficulties to join, so I'm going to be rounding up this session. Thank you so much for joining Pixels Pulse once again, 100% practical design session for graphic artists, for art directors, for creative professionals, for you to upskill your skills, see real-time designs from the place of conceptualization to the place of ideation, till you get better. Okay, I'm seeing Kenny. Kenny on TikTok is saying that he's interested. So Kenny on TikTok, all you need to do is go to Ace Creative, go to your YouTube channel. On your YouTube channel, go to Ace Creative Connect Plus, search for Ace Creative Connect Plus, right? When you search for Ace Creative Connect Plus, you would see the stream that we just streamed right now that is live. We're going to be leaving it there so you can always rewatch. It's literally a step-by-step method on how you can design. Mr. Olamiji, our facilitator, has finished the designs. What he did was for those on TikTok, is that he did what we call an advertorial design of Lionel Messi was holding one of his perfume and advertising his products. Mr. Olamiji opened Photoshop and he showed us step-by-step method on how this can be done. Is literally an art director of one of the leading advertising agency in Nigeria, and you'll be able to see how to create as a professional. You will learn new Photoshop tricks, you will learn new Photoshop techniques, and you'll basically see a senior designer designing practically. So what this will help you as a designer to do is that some things that you miss, some things that you skip, that you always miss when you design, you'll be able to learn them practically. This is the best way to learn and to grow in 2023. All right, Mr. Olamiji, you are back right now. Mr. Olamiji, we are seeing a lot of people on TikTok saying that they want to be part of this session. The next session is going to be happening on the 31st of this month. We're going to be having another 100% practical session where Mr. Olamiji is going to be taking us on another design. So what we're planning to do is that we're going to be having 2 sessions every month. And the idea is that by the time you have all these sessions, by the end of the year, you will not just be an ordinary designer, but you'll be a super designer. Mr. Olamiji, any final words for the design team? I've told them that we're going to be dropping a link on the description where we're going to be putting all the assets that you use for these creatives, so that when they go back to the YouTube to watch, they can practice. So for those joining and are interested, I can see Focus on TikTok. I can see Mohammed on TikTok. Just go to Ace Creative Connect Connect on YouTube. Just Google Ace Creative Connect. You'll see it. You see an ACC Plus logo, and you see the full session is a 2-hour session where Mr. Olamiji took us on the practical session. So Mr. Olamiji, any final words, please, for everybody?
Yeah, actually, first of all, I don't know what's wrong with my internet here. I really
totally
can't say.
understand.
I think I need to sue them.
Please, let's not mention the brand name on this call.
Yeah. No problems. No problems. So actually, as you can see what I have done so far, right? What I can say is that design itself is to solve communication problem. It's not just to create, what's it called? It's just not to create and do aesthetics, but the major value of what you're doing is to create communicate. You should break a communication problem. So if you are designing and it's not solving any solution, you have to go back and check if my design is not solving any solution. So what I would say is that, as Mr. Demola has said, this section is for twice in a month. So just expect loads and loads of what's it called, interesting design, and I'll be taking you through some journeying on how to do and how to be a better designer per se. So thank you guys for joining, and I really appreciate your time so much. So I'll be sharing the assets so you guys can have what's it called, you guys can create on your own.
Yes.
So yeah, that will be for now. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Olamiji, once again. So like I said, for those that are joining on TikTok, I can see Mr. Engineer, thank you for joining. Wasu, thank you for joining. This is a 100% practical session for designers to be able to upskill their skills as creative and tech professional. Go on YouTube, Ace Creative Connect Plus, the 2-hour session we have where Mr. Olamiji literally opened and designed a design of Messi sitting on a chair, holding his perfume. You'll be able to practice with him. We're going to be holding this twice every month, second Saturday of the month and third Saturday of the month. So last Saturday of the month, second and last Saturday. So our next session is going to be on the 31st. Please, all you have to just go to YouTube Ace Creative Connect Plus and subscribe with us, and you'll be able to follow what we do. Now, I started a conversation in this session on how you can be a better word designer. I said something that if you're a creative and tech professional, and I'm going to be rounding up with this, you need to move your business from a service-based business to what we call a package and a product-based business. So what do I mean? Don't just have a logo service. Don't just have a website service. Don't just have what we call a software development service. Create what we call packages for all your services. So meaning that if you are designing logo, don't just design logo. You have what we call the logo package. Have what we call the brand package. Now the logo package can have what we call logo, and where you have 3 style of logo for small businesses. The brand package can have what we call a logo with a brand manual, a mini brand manual, which is going to go for another fee. Then you can have another price list again for what we call comprehensive brand manual. That's another package. Then you can have another which is full bespoke branding that will contain what we call logo design, website design, right? A whole brand manual, and what we call the various mockups. So in 2026, you need to move your business away from just creating services to creating what we call products and packages. Now I'm going to be dropping short videos in the next few weeks on TikTok and also on YouTube on how you can scale up as a creative and tech professional in 2026. So this is brought to you by Ace Creative Community. Our website is www.acecreative.com. community.com. When you go there, you'll be able to join our WhatsApp community, and you'll be able to see our YouTube channel, and you'll also be able to join our Telegram community. This is a community of over 700 creative and tech professionals where we grow together in 2026. So let us come together and let us grow. And like I always say, in everything that you do, keep acing it, and see you on the next one. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you,
See you on
everyone.
the next one, everybody, in TikTok. On the 31st of this month, we're going to have another amazing session.
For Ronaldo fans, I'm sorry.
All right, cheers, guys. Go to YouTube, practice, practice, and just keep practicing. In 2026, we are all going to excel together as a community as a whole. Amazing. Thank you. All right, Mr. Olamiji, that was amazing.
Okay, bye, Mr. Demola. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, everybody on TikTok. Thanks for joining. See you on the 31st.